name is Kasmapan Yuttana, and this is Law Thailand.
As Thailand become a part of ASEAN since 2015, so it would be benefit for us to know the neighboring country legal system. But now we will only focus on Vietnam. To know what the law to understand more than you already do.
Let's get started.
What is law? Law refers to legal normative documents issued by competent agencies as prescribed by Article 1 of Law on Law 2008, which defines the concept of legal normative documents. Legal system includes many types of legal normative documents. Therefore, it is also from a hierarchical legal validity. Constitution is the highest legal validity. Moreover, court precedent is not defined as law because it is not legal documents. It is essential to note that the concept of legal documents defined as laws differs from the concept legal document which applies for specific case.
Vietnamese legal philosophy and the factors influencing it. Legal system is different from a country to country because of differences in history, socio-political, and economic conditions. In other words, the nature of legal system of a country depends on the nature of its social system established in law. In general, Vietnamese legal ideologies were under influence by various legal ideologies can be divided into 4 periods, such as feudal legal system, French colonialist, Soviet Union legal traditional, and the legal system in period of integration and globalization. However, the current legal system in Vietnam has significantly changed since introducing Doi Moi renovation in 1986. The current legal system of Vietnam is based on the ideologies of the former Soviet Union, which is based on civil law system, together with modifications from Marxist-Leninist ideology. The legal system of Vietnam was formed gradually under the leadership of the Communist Party, which has played leading role in all aspects. Therefore, legal system is under influences of the party's policies with a law that cannot conflict with its policies. So it becomes one condition of legal validity in Vietnam that is also different from other countries and democratic centralism principle. Under democratic central principle, there is no separation of state power. All 3 state branches have involved in legal legislation, hence, the concept of law refers to various types of legislation.
There are 3 factors that influence on Vietnam legal system. First, socioeconomic conditions. Socioeconomic conditions have effect significantly on legal system which must respond to the change of socioeconomic conditions. The remarkable change in socioeconomics in Vietnam has required significant change of legal system as introducing Doi Moi or renovation policies in 1986, shifting from centrally planned economic to the market economy with a socialist orientation, which legal system was considered as instrument for defining the role of state and the market. Globalization. Vietnam became a member of WTO in 2007. In 1995, Vietnam aimed at bringing national legal system up to level required by the WTO member. Therefore, all legal sectors have been reformed based on the international trade rules. Receiving success as a middle-income country. Master Reforming Program. Communist Party issue Resolution Number 48, Strategy for the Development and Improvement of Vietnam's Legal System that calls for a modern transition to the rule of law and a market-based economy, as lays out a strategy to develop Vietnam laws. In progress of building rule of law state and democratic society, Vietnam introduced a master plan and administrative reform with the aim at building up an effective, efficient, transparent, and strong administrative system from central to local level. Therefore, the 1992 Constitution was amended in 2013 as a significant effort in reforming progress. Currently, Vietnam has planned to promulgate new law in order to ensure that legal documents comply with 2013 Constitution. Next, traditional culture, beliefs, and religion. There are 54 ethnic groups in Vietnam with different beliefs and culture. However, the national religions can be no one except Buddhism. In consequence, it without question influenced the lawmaking and enforcing in the country. Nevertheless, there is also a problem in the field of law in Vietnam since village customary law exists parallel with the law of state. The last factor is the international cooperation in legal reform. Before the reformation of Vietnam legal system, the country was a socialist legality. During the period of integration and globalization, Vietnam received support from advanced countries such as US, Japan, Denmark, Germany, and other countries in implement legal reforms toward the rule of law state. Japan has assisted Vietnam in drafting legal documents in civil and commercial code as well as human development. The problem here is that Vietnam has adopted legal systems from many countries which have different legal traditions, for example, common law, civil law, or socialist law. Therefore, it is hard for Vietnam to use legal models and reforming solutions of different legal traditions to create a coherent legal system.
Source of law in Vietnam is divided as all fundamental elements used by authorized entities for developing, promulgating, interpreting a law as well as for applying in dealing with a specific case in practice. Sources of law are divided into two major types. The first one is party policy, economic policies, and legal philosophy. And fundamental elements shape the nature of legal system. The second is general legal principles, the written law, legal documents, international treaties, customary regulations, and judicial decisions are fundamental elements for interpretation and application of laws in practice. Vietnam has a civil law system, therefore sources of law include mainly written laws. Law refers to various types of regulation. Therefore, sources of law include many types of legal documents.
Hierarchical legal validity in principle in Vietnam have 12 legal documents. But the highest one is the Constitution. If a legal document issued by the lower state organs inconsistent with the Constitution and legal document issued by higher state organs, the higher state organ will hold the power to suspend it. All legal documents must be consistent with the Constitution and the legal document issued by the higher state organs. Commonly, judicial precedent is not defined as a source of law, but since Supreme Court hold the power to issue circular for providing guidelines on the implementation of particular law for lower court, so it is defined as a source of law. The international treaty and convention will be a source of law if it ratified by Vietnam and applied in dealing with specific cases in Vietnam. Vietnam often interprets treaties into domestic law as way of implementation international treaty in Vietnam. Sources of law in Vietnam include mainly legal documents issued by competent agencies as prescribed by law, but it still has problems. The problem is the contradictory loophole overlap because of lacking an effective channel for constitution review. The government as important law in legislation hold the power to interpret laws, so the legal system responds quickly to the changes in socio-economy. So there are many challenges to process of reforming legal system in Vietnam.
Court system of Vietnam is hierarchical, including the Supreme People Courts, Provincial People's Court, and District People's Court. Constitution 2013, Article 102 provides that the People's Court are judicial organs of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, exercising the judicial power. The People Courts comprise the Supreme People Court and other courts established by law. The People Courts are responsible for the protection of justice, human rights, citizen rights, socialist regime, interests of the state, and legal rights and interests of organizations and individuals. Vietnam has 6 types of court, namely the administrative, labor, civil, criminal, and the economic courts and military courts. Supreme People's Court can designated to be the highest judicial body of Vietnam. Chief Justice of Supreme People Courts have the power to appoint justices of lower court based on preferred lists submitted by Judicial Selection Council at level level. Supreme People Courts have the power to readjust appeal cases from provincial courts. There is 6 provincial courts in every province in Vietnam, deals mainly with district cases and cases prescribed by law. There is almost every district court in every district, deal with civil, economic, labor, administrative, and criminal cases. Vietnam has a 2-instance trial system. If a party disagrees with the first instance court, they may appeal to second instance court. However, decisions of second instance court is final. Jurisdiction determined by territory, level of trial, and nature of cases.
Legal education. Legal training is also influenced by legal tradition and socio-political conditions. After reunification, the first legal training institution was established. Therefore, Vietnam does not have a long tradition of law teaching. During centrally planned economy, legal training was influenced significantly by Soviet thinking, which is considered as irrelevant to new socio-economic conditions in Vietnam. Hence, legal training program was designed different from a common law country where judge precedent is accepted as a source of law. In process of integration and globalization, especially after becoming a member of the WTO, reforming legal training program is essential task of Vietnam in order to enhance capacity of legal professionals, especially in building rule of law state. It is worth to note that in the process of integration and globalization, legal training institutions in Vietnam have cooperate with other training institutions around the world in order to reform legal training program and teaching methods, especially comparative study method as the key factor for improving the quality of legal training in Vietnam.
Legal professionals. In general, judges are divided into 3 categories, such as senior judges, middle-ranking and lower-ranking judges. The National Assembly Standing Committee will decide the number of judges.
Judges will be separate in Supreme Court, Provincial Court, and District Court. Public prosecutor was divided in the Constitution of Vietnam that the People's Procuracy shall exercise the power to prosecution and to control judicial activities.
In general, the People's Procuracy is organized into 3 levels, including the Supreme People's Procuracy, the People's Procuracies of provinces and cities under central authorities, the People's Procuracies of districts and cities under provincial authority. Lawyer. According to Article 2 of Law on Lawyer of Vietnam, lawyers are persons who fully meet the criteria and conditions for professional practice under the provisions of this law and provide legal services at the request of individuals, agencies, or organizations. Lawyers must be licensed by Bar Association if he or she meets the following conditions.
They have to train in legal course lasting than 12 months and pass the national exam, then get the lawyer practicing certificate issued by the Ministry of Justice. Trust, the Bar Association of the area in the lawyer practice issuing a license of the member. Thank you for watching.